All right, joining us now is Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. Pete, good morning to you, first of all.
Good morning.
Good morning. So the president
Great to see you all.
Good to see you too. Thanks for your service. The president put that video of him eviscerating, blowing up that boat coming across with all of the drugs on board. And the president said on social, on Truth Social, let them be on notice to anybody bringing drugs to the U.S. Beware. So the president is sending a message to other cartels, right?
Very clear one. I can tell you that was definitely not artificial intelligence. I watched it live. We knew exactly who was in that boat. We knew exactly what they were doing, and we knew exactly who they represented. And that was Tren de Aragua, a narco-terrorist organization designated by the United States, trying to poison our country with illicit drugs. Last year, under the Biden administration, all 4 years, 100,000 Americans died from drug-related from drugs, from the use of drugs, many of which poured in from Central and South America through our southwest border. Now, we're sealing the border, but President Trump is willing to go on offense in ways that others have not been. And to send that clear signal to Tren de Aragua, Cartel del Sols, and others emanating from Venezuela, we're not going to allow this kind of activity. You're poisoning our people. We've got incredible assets, and they are gathering in the region. And so you want to try to traffic drugs? It's a new day. It's a different day. And so those 11 drug traffickers are no longer with us, sending a very clear signal that this is an activity the United States is not going to tolerate in our hemisphere.
Well, Mr. Secretary, you made it very clear when we had the opportunity to visit the southern border at Fort Bliss. The Southern Command knew exactly where these folks were and that you guys were going to take them out. I guess the question is, for this operation specifically, was this a drone attack or was this hellfire from a helo?
I can't disclose precisely how this went down. I can tell you it was precision. It was very well understood exactly what assets would be used in order to achieve the effect. So that's.
I don't blame him for not telling us how they did it, because if he told us how he did it, the cartels are listening to everything that's being said here. And if they see this and hear this, oh, that's how they took him out. Now we need to have preventative measures to look out for these things. We can get these systems to detect these things. This is why it's good, be hush-hush about how they're attacking the cartels.
Classified how it was done, but you can see publicly a lot of the assets that we have in the region, which to include an ARG-MU, which holds 2,200 combat infantry Marines and has plenty of its own organic assets. So we've got assets in the air, assets in the water, assets on ships, because this is a deadly serious mission for us. And it won't stop with just this strike. Anyone else trafficking in those waters who we know is a designated narco-terrorist will face the same fate. And it's important for the American people to protect our homeland and protect our hemisphere.
So their leader, Maduro, who we put a $50 million bounty on his head, has called out to China for help in this. And China's condemning the U.S. And saying, I shouldn't use the word condemn. They're warning us we should look out for the different countries' integrity. Are you worried about China and their relationship with Venezuela? And how will that affect our policy?
No, the only person that should be worried is Nicolas Maduro, who's running effectively as a kingpin of a narco state, not actually elected and indicted for $50 million by the United States. And we know he's involved in the types of drug running that has affected the American people directly. So China and other countries are going to say certain things, and that's their prerogative. What we have there in the Caribbean is a clear demonstration of military might. President Trump has shown, whether it's the southwest border, whether it's the Houthis in freedom of navigation, whether it's Midnight Hammer in Iran, that the precise application of American power can have incredible impacts and reshape dynamics around the world and in the region. So Nicolas Maduro, as he considers whether or not he wants to continue to be a narco trafficker, has some decisions to make. And that's all I'll say about that.
Is regime change our goal there?
Well, that's a presidential decision, and we certainly understand the indictment. We understand the $50 million. Anyone would prefer that he would just give himself up, but that's a presidential level decision, and we're prepared with every asset that the American military has.
If Venezuela's president was willing to say, okay, the U.S. is lying, they're not telling the truth, this is all wrong, I'm not leading a narco state, I'm clean, everything's good, he could just come and say, hey, let's have a discussion, President Trump. No, but he's in hiding, and we put a freaking bounty on him. What does that tell you? He's definitely guilty. Why not at least come out and make a video or something and saying something to the world? But if you're in complete hiding and running away, yeah, that's not looking good. And this is why he's asking for China's help. Hey, China, I need your help. You're my ally, right? You don't like the U.S. I mean, even though we still have some trade agreements with China, I don't believe China will cave in. I hope they don't cave in because it's not going to be good for the world. But everybody in the world, all world leaders knew the intentions of Donald Trump when he became the president. You know, he said, he talked so many times in the first election about draining the swamp. And you didn't really hear that much on his second term during his campaign. He was talking mostly about the mass deportations and trying to clean up the country from criminals in all aspects. And so I agree with Pete Hegseth in the way they're going about this. And he's a huge military head. I'm not very fond of military heads, but I can say because of our state of our country, we need someone like Pete Hegseth to really lead the way for our military to show that peace through strength. And I think we're doing a great job with so many things and tactics that we're doing to basically show the world that our military force is not something to be played with. Let me know what you guys think about this in our comments below. Like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Till next time. Peace out, everybody.